Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 5 of BNHA 2nd Gen, and this one is titled Girls. Chi, watching from the viewing room inside, stood up abruptly, his body tensing in anticipation of him running to Jinny's rescue, but he waited, wanting to see if she would walk herself off stage before he acted. Like the brave girl she was, Jinny raised her head and bit into her bottom lip to stop it from quivering, then held her hand up to the crowd who were all cheering and hollering for her earnest efforts and also for Sheeta's victory. Strong heart, Kanaka signed, pointing his fingertip to his bicep and making an imaginary bulge, then placing his knuckles over his heart with thumb up to Hiyoko. She fought well. I still want her to work with us for experience. Same, Hiyoko replied through his feather. I want to teach a few of these up-and-coming young heroes that it's not always about fighting one-on-one with villains. Hero work is more than that. I agree with you, Kanaka signed, holding his fist out for Hiyoko to bump it with his own. The pair shared a knowing smile, then watched as the white-haired contestant from the beginning of the sports festival ran out to Jinsei and embraced her before walking her down the alley to the underground waiting area. Her friend? Kanaka signed in question, cupping his left hand over his right fist and shaking it in front of his torso, referring to the white-haired boy. Soshi Todoroki, I think, Hiyoko mused. Firstborn son of the hero Shoto. Ah, Kanaka signed. Would like him also to join us? Yeah, definitely, Hiyoko replied telepathically, his keen eyes watching as Soshi comforted Jinsei while they left the stadium. You know who else I would like to take from this group? Who? Kanaka signed, holding his index finger up and spinning it mid-air, looking at his friend quizzically. Chisuki Bakugou, Hiyoko replied as he gave Kanaka the side-eye and a smirk. No, Kanaka signed, pulling a face. Too explosive, finger spelling the word for Hiyoko. That's exactly why I want him. He needs to learn that he can't just blast his way out of everything. He needs to learn some tact. Kanaka pulled a thinking face and shrugged. That is true, he signed, placing the broad side of his hand in a chopping motion down to the palm of the other hand, with a head nod. We can have 3 students? Well, we can request them, but they have to accept us in return, Hiyoko said as he sat back a little and stretched his arms up, his very large wings flicking out slightly and quivering as he stretched them a little. Are your wings hurting? Kanaka signed with concern. Do you need to stretch them? Do feel a little cramped, Hiyoko admitted with a sad smile. Stand up, stretch them out, Kanaka encouraged through sign. I don't want them getting pained. Do you mean sore? Hiyoko asked as he stood up. Same sign, Kanaka replied with a grin. I see, Hiyoko replied as he stretched his massive white wings out to their maximum and flapped them once, immediately making him airborne. Oh my gosh, Kondo has his wings out! A fan called from the crowd. Everyone in the immediate vicinity turned to catch a glimpse of the truly majestic sight. Yeah, this is what I didn't want, Hiyoko stated to Kanaka through the feather. Why? Kanaka signed. Your wings are beautiful. Hiyoko blushed a little and looked away with a small cough, trying to continue to act tough as he remained suspended a little off the ground by his wings. After letting them stretch enough, he touched back down and tucked them in, sheepishly giving the onlookers a wave and taking his seat again before the next duel. It's hard to look cool when you have the wings that make you look like an angel, he muttered to Kanaka through his feather. Angels are cool, Kanaka signed, giving Hiyoko a confused look. You do not think angels are cool? Oh, well, they are, I guess, but most people don't see them as cool, Hiyoko replied with a shrug. I think a lot more people think that angels are cool now because of you, Kanaka signed, giving Hiyoko a shy smile. You're full of compliments today, Hiyoko replied through his feather, playfully punching Kanaka in the arm. But thanks, dude. You've made me feel better. It's alright, Kanaka signed, throwing his hand in a small circle with his thumb out to the side, the sign for alright, then bowing his head a little. So formal, Hiyoko chuckled internally, pushing Kanaka with his hand. Back downstairs, Soshi had been the first to get to Jinsei and was hugging her while they headed to the hall. I'm fine, I promise, Jinsei said, wiping her tears and trying to put on a brave face. I was just exhausted, that's all. You don't have to be brave with me, Soshi replied with a loving smile. You can let your feelings show with me. I think you did an amazing job. Jinsei welled up with tears in her eyes, and she whispered something to Soshi that got lost in her croaky voice. Then she appeared. Oi! he shouted down the hall. She cheated! You won, in my opinion. That was a sneaky bastard move. It was so not plus ultra, a third voice yelled, and Jinsei immediately recognised it as her friend Kiru. Kiki! Jinsei wailed, ripping herself from Soshi's arms and running while sobbing, heading for Kiru's arms. Back it up, boys! I'll take it from here, Kiru called to the two very jealous-looking males who were scowling in the hallway, and she smirked when she saw how put out they were that Jinny had chosen her over them. I thought I had her, Jinny sobbed, clinging to Kiru's green and black shirt that had baddest written on it in fluoro yellow writing. You listen to me, Kiru said as she grabbed Jinny's cheeks in her hands and tilted her head up to look at her. You're amazing. You're the most talented frickin' person here. You won my heart with your tenacity, and you're the baddest bitch ever, okay? Don't you dare look down. I love you so much, Jinny slurred, trying to get her words out from her severely squished cheeks as Kiru mushed them together. Do puffer fish, Kiki encouraged with a smirk. No, I don't want to do puffer fish. Did I stutter? Kiru demanded playfully, letting go of Jinny's cheeks so that she could blow them out. Jinny puffed her cheeks out like a puffer fish, and Kiru smacked them together, a loud puff of air escaping, making the two girls laugh. Okay, no more tears, Kiru chided playfully. You're a mother frickin' queen. Now let's go. Chi and Soshi just stood there, awestruck at how easily Kiru had calmed Jinny down and simultaneously cheered her up. Gotta love Kiru, she's a cool character. Stay tuned for if I can get my words out properly. Stay tuned for chapter 6 coming tomorrow. See you then.